Okay, so today this is just a little short one. Obviously, I did not get my DNA results after 1 week. That would be amazing, but ridiculous to expect. I did, however, get an email saying they got my DNA, and in the next 6 weeks, um, I should have the results. I did see that there was an option that I could pay more to have it expedited, but then I was like, nah, I'll just find shit to do and occupy my time. Um, but it was kind of interesting because I got a couple things in the mail today. Um, where did they go? Oh, here they are. One of them was a cook. It's a magazine. I just subscribed to a magazine, but let's let's think about that for a minute. When was the last time you got a magazine for something that you wanted in the mail? Like, yes, I paid for this. I didn't pay a lot. It's the only reason because I was like, I don't have a lot of money. And a magazine is kind of like a luxury, but at the same time, having a physical thing in my hands and really cool pictures and shit, it's very pleasing to me. And I had been wanting to explore cooking more. I've gotten better over the years. But there's always room for improvement. So this has some really cool shit in it, and I'm excited. Um, I guess one covers 2 months, so I have to wait until, like, what was it say? May, June. So July, August is the next time that I get another issue. So I have that long to do all the recipes in here, which is kind of nice because there's a lot of shit in here. Oh my God, best fried chicken ever. I'm going to have to try that shit. I've never made fried chicken. I'm going to have to try that. Anyway, that's one thing that came in the mail. This is what came in the mail. This is like it's got Sharpies on it, like a hairbrush for a dog or something. Anyway, it's a blending board, which is basically for aiding in, what am I thinking here? Brain. Wool fiber for spinning, for making yarn, because I'm a huge fucking nerd and I like to find different things to do, and spinning was one, and making yarn out of fluff like this. I shouldn't have picked the dark one, but um it's a lot of fun. Wool is expensive. Like, straight up wool is expensive, but I did see on the internet, YouTube, haha, thank you, that you can take yarn and shred the fuck out of it if you have the right materials. And I happen to, because I got into spinning last year. Anyway, the whole point of that regarding the DNA thing is I was taking some of this and separating it back into its original wool content because I want to spin. That's the thing that I enjoy. Like, obviously, I have the yarn here. I could use the yarn for a project. I'm a fucking nerd and I want to spin the yarn and blend it with other colors and try to make something really nice. But while I was doing that, I was thinking about, did any of my ancestors do this? From any point in time in any part of the world, because sheep have been around for ages, all over the place. Some places they have exclusive breeds of sheep, which makes sense. So you only get wool and fiber from that particular region of the world. But, animals with hair have been around for a very long time. Peoples have always had clothing. Well, not always, that's ignorant. They haven't always had clothing. But at some point, somebody was like, hey, if I take this stuff off of that animal and do a specific thing, I'll make something really fucking cool. Here, you could probably see better with that because this is black, but it's just really interesting, and it's a very soothing thing to do. And I'm just wondering if in my research, maybe I'll find some ancestors somewhere lived in an area where that was the thing to do. They fucking had sheep or some shit, and they did this kind of thing because it's just, why am I drawn to this? It's a really weird and kind of, the only word I can think of is like a fucking esoteric activity. It's just really, you can go to the store and buy yarn. You don't need to do this. I don't need to do this. We live in a modern era where somebody has done this shit for me. Obviously, I paid for it. But at the same time, there's something very satisfying about going through the work and then having an end result. This is amazingly soft. This particular yarn is made out of merino wool, I believe, and alpaca. So it's so fucking soft, and it's going to be so warm because alpaca and all that shit. So, but it's just, and I guess it's a texture thing too, because, you know, my neurodivergent brain is like, oh my God, it's so soft. And then it's also really pretty to see when you do shit. So it's like, is this something that I just picked up because my brain one day was like, oh, this might be fun to try? Or is there something in my DNA that was like, hey, you could do this and, you know, it's probably good for you? I don't fucking know. That's just where my brain went. And then sometime after that, I got an email that said, hey, we got your DNA. So, you know, we'll let you know in 6 weeks when, you know, we get your results and shit. So I'm excited about that. And I just thought I would make another little video. In the meantime, for anybody that was interested, I was actually surprised so many people watched the last video that I made. So thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. And I had thought at some point that I would try to edit some of these, but at the same time, if it's supposed to kind of be like a journal, editing seems kind of wrong. It doesn't seem, and nowadays this word gets thrown around so much and I hate it and it's kind of gross, but at the same time, it's appropriate. It doesn't seem authentic. It doesn't seem like it's true or honest if I'm editing out things, you know, little thoughts and whatnot, because the whole point is to come along on this journey with me and have my real reactions and just share that with you, because it's interesting, and at the same time it's also kind of scary because, like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to know if I have other siblings out there in the world. You know, life right now is kind of chaotic, not just for myself, but for the world in general. You know, the world's on fire. So I don't really know if I could handle having like another sibling or like other family members out there that don't even know I exist. I don't, we'll see. We'll fucking see, right? Anyway, this wasn't supposed to be so long. Oh, it's not even that long. It says like it's under 10 minutes. Should I go a little further? No, I really think that just about covers it today. I got my email, says we got your DNA. 6 weeks or so, you should hear from us. So that's cool. Might be sooner. There seems to be a pretty high demand and people, you know, pay money to jump the line. So it must be nice to have money. I got my kit on sale. So otherwise I wouldn't be doing this because it's not really a necessity nowadays. But at the same time, knowledge is very important to me, at least. And especially with the way that things are getting erased from history right now, which is actually a very frightening thing. But I think seeking information and archiving knowledge is actually very important. And even on small scales. I mean, if you ever watch history documentaries and people go, oh, wow, look at this fucking diary from this person, you know, they went and got groceries and they're just so amazed with whatever this person wrote thousands and thousands of years ago. And it seems so small, but it's a glimpse into a world that we'll never know. But these people existed. And it blows my mind. It's like, which again brings me back to this kind of shit and textiles and making things by hand and shit has been around for so long. At some point we had to learn how to do it. Somebody just literally fucked around and found out. So I'm actually quite interested in history now, and I'm just curious. So yeah, thank you for coming along and watching this shit if you're interested. I might have one in a couple days if I have some more questions or insights or thoughts. Other than that, we'll probably see the results, like it said, in 6 weeks. I'm hoping it's not that long. I really, really hope it's not. But at the same time, it makes sense that they tell you it's going to be that long. Like, if I were going to make an object like this for somebody, honestly, if I were going to make this for somebody, I'm going to tell you honestly that it's going to take me a certain amount of time. It might not take me that much, but I would rather overestimate how long it's going to take to create the thing than tell you, okay, yeah, it'll be ready in 2 weeks. And then I've just, fucked around and it's not ready in 2 weeks. And then you, as the person who bought this from me, are like, dude, what the fuck? That's not professional. So I get that. So I'm trying really hard not to be impatient. But yeah, like I said, I'll find ways to occupy my time. I got this book with some shit so I can make delicious food and spin my own yarn so I can make my own things because I'm a fucking weirdo. It's actually a very soothing activity. I highly recommend hobbies to anybody. Hobbies that don't hurt people. Let's rephrase that. But just even if things don't come out right, have a hobby. Just do something. Have fun, but do something. Occupy your time. It's really good for your mental health and for your heart. It's just good for you all around. Anyway, I think that's about it for me for today. I'm going to go continue with the fluff. I can't get over how fucking soft this is. Like, I wish you guys could feel, whoever's watching could just feel this. It's really soft and I'm looking forward to making something with it. What am I going to do with it? I don't know. There's a whole bunch of yarn that I have that's 100% wool that I'm just shredding because I don't have a project for it. But if I make it all floof and then I blend it all together, it'll be a different kind of yarn altogether. And I'm excited about that. Even if it comes out all funky looking, the point is I made that. Oh shit, the birds are outside asking for food. Okay, so I'm going to go outside and spoil the birds with some peanuts and stuff. I guess I will be back later if I have any other thoughts. Thanks for watching and take care.